Welcome back to this week's edition of Sun News at Noon. I'm Martina Acuna.
And I'm Sydney Walls.
Thanks for tuning in. There have been 366 school shootings since 1999. For emergencies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, if a major emergency occurs, authorized and emergency personnel will direct the university's emergency response. Utah Tech Police Department informs and instructs what to do in case of an active shooter. Ron Bridge, Chief of Police at Utah Tech, says the run, hide, fight theory is believed to be the best response in case of an active incident. There are 3 things involved in the run, hide, fight theory. First, if an active shooting incident occurs on campus, students should create distance from the danger and should run and call 911. Second, create some kind of barrier between you and the danger. And third, if you cannot run and you can hide but danger is still present, be prepared to fight and use any kind of objects within reach. The Utah Tech University website offers safety training videos accessible to all by scanning the QR code below.
The Utah Tech Police Department is hosting free self-defense classes. The classes are for students, staff, and faculty members of Utah Tech. The classes will be run by university police officers and staff. The purpose of the class is to focus on awareness, defense, risks, and overall assault prevention. The classes are very limited and will fill up fast. Only 12 participants will be allowed. The spots are filled as first come, first serve. The SAFE class is a 6-hour course and will be broken down into 3 2-hour classes. The classes will be taught March 1st, 2nd, and 7th. All classes will be from 5 to 7 p.m. To learn more information regarding the course, sign up, and location, scan the QR code below. If you watched the Super Bowl live show, you saw Utah Tech's University ad after the game. I interviewed Jill Hall, Director of Public Relations at Utah Tech, to tell us more about the school's Super Bowl ad.
So it's our split screen ad. It's really a great way of highlighting our Polytechnic mission. So it shows career readiness and active learning all at the same time. So it's a split screen concept. So on one side you see students participating in an activity, and on the other side you see something similar. Sometimes it's in the classroom, sometimes it's out in the community, sometimes it's just active learning all across campus. And so it's just really our way of illustrating the hands-on learning experience that every student gets when they come here to Utah Tech University, regardless of what kind of discipline they're in. It was a regional ad, so it ran through the Salt Lake City station, so anyone who tuned into the game through Salt Lake saw it. So that's everyone in Utah who tuned in live on TV, and then a little bit of Nevada and a little bit of Idaho. So for that, it cost $25,000. So actually it was valued at $50,000, but because we're a not-for-profit university and because we had some ad value with our media buyer, we were able to get it at that reduced cost. So showing the ad at the Super Bowl was just part of our strategy. This wasn't the only time we showed it. We actually debuted it back in the end of September at the Silicon Slope Summit up in Salt Lake City. So that's a big gathering of all the big tech businesses in the state and the area. And then ever since then, we've been showing it all kind of different themes. We also showed it during general conference ads. We've been showing it on social media, at different events. And so it was one of our very first big pushes after we became Utah Tech University. So it was really a group effort. We started it in August, and we really did a lot of the filming and editing for it in August and September. So Matt Black, who is our videographer here on the University Marketing Communication team, him and his team of student interns did all the filming and editing for the videos. So we did it all here in-house. And one of my favorite parts of it was that it was done by students in a large part, that they helped. And so not only was it a marketing piece for the university, it also was an active learning, active life experience for those students. They got really hands-on experience for doing this. And so they worked on it throughout August and September, filming it, editing it. They involved different parts of our department. Our public relations interns got to help set up some of the shoots, and then just get it all ready to unveil in the end of September. I like how fun it is. It's really unique. It gets your attention with the split screen, but it does such a great job of illustrating what Utah Tech is all about, the active learning and the active life side by side.
Utah Tech University has improved its dining options within the last year. Here's what students have to say about the current dining options on campus.
If you're on campus for a few hours, you'd want to grab some food without having to leave campus. Unfortunately, we don't have that many dining options for students. I talked to students and asked them if they thought our dining options were limited or if they were fine with what we had. Additionally, I asked them if they could add one restaurant to our campus dining options, what would they add?
I'm good with them. I think that
we have a very big variety. We have Chick-fil-A for some fast food, but then we also have protein smoothies, acai bowls. So I feel like we have a good variety.
I'm pretty limited. I'll sometimes eat the Subway or Chick-fil-A. And there's been a few that have interchanged here and there inside there as well. I've tried out, but I'm not a regular typically.
They're pretty good. I like the Chick-fil-A. I go to Chick-fil-A a lot. Subway, I've ate there a couple times, and then the library and the cafe in the library. Yeah.
I feel like we have a pretty good mix, but the Chick-fil-A, everyone goes to the Chick-fil-A. They carry super hard.
Honestly, I feel very good about what we have. I feel like there's an option for every kind of mood I'm in.
It'd probably be something like Teriyaki Madness. I really like their bowls. They're pretty good price as well, and I would like something that's healthy and still somewhat cheap to be able to go more regularly.
Chipotle would be a good one.
I feel like I'd swap out the Subway for Jimmy John's. I just feel like they have better quality sandwiches.
Here's what Zach Gates has to say about dining options and their plans for additions.
On the horizon, there are big plans to make big changes to dining, but as far as what's in the Gardner right now, there isn't really much room to grow. So our answer to that was to bring in those food trucks that come kind of on a revolving door. Right now I've got the Hooked on Bowls. Next we're going to have that Tiny's Botana back, which is a Mexican food line. Then after her there's a Jamaican restaurant here in town called Jamaica Me Crazy, I think is what it's called. So they'll be coming in as well. So that's kind of our way of growing without growing, where we're just offering more options and more opportunity to bring in different food on campus.
For Sun News Daily, I'm Kelsey Lindstead.
Midterms are here, and with it comes stress. I went around campus asking students at Utah Tech University how they de-stress during finals week.
How I relieve stress during midterms week is probably going to the HPC with my friends and either working out or playing volleyball with a big group of people.
One way I try to relieve stress during midterms is to make time to hang out with my roommates.
A way I relieve stress during midterms is playing with my dogs.
Well, I'm generally an A-type person where I always study first and then do everything, all my homework and stuff before I actually try to relax and just watch a movie or play games. So I just try to get out all the stress away before I try to relax. Is how I deal with midterms.
I usually relieve stress by going to the HBC building and playing basketball or just working out.
And I relieve stress by playing Mario Kart.
Just relieve stress during midterms, I generally get a good book, pull out a Coca-Cola, and listen to some music. Just relax and let the day go away.
Alright, so one way I relieve stress during midterms is that I just like to watch a bunch of movies, just carefree, happy-go-lucky, a lot of Studio Ghibli movies.
The way I actually relieve stress for midterms is by actually taking a few minutes to go walking or biking somewhere off campus.
Did you happen to catch the Super Bowl commercial?
I did. I was actually watching Rihanna's performance, which was interrupted by football, when I saw our ad, and I was so surprised to see our school on such a big platform, right? That's something that so many people were watching.
Yeah, I definitely saw them post about it, so I was looking out for it for sure.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting it, but seeing it was a pleasant surprise, yeah.
Definitely.
After the break, we will check in with Sydney in the field with Sun News Daily Weekly Weather Report.
Experience active learning and career readiness at Utah Tech University. Formerly Dixie State University, Utah Tech has risen from the desert as one of the fastest growing, most affordable, safest, and rapidly evolving universities in the nation. Our Polytechnic mission creates hands-on learning opportunities for all of our 200-plus programs. So So join us and experience the difference at Utah Tech University.
Good afternoon, Trailblazers. I'm here at the Utah Tech campus. As you can see, I am outside and there's pretty significant cloud coverage. Gloomy weather is continuing this weekend, partly cloudy on Friday, and rain and clouds on Saturday and Sunday. Flurries are possible as we see those temps drop to the low 30s. Monday and Tuesday, a small break with just cloud coverage, and then Wednesday and Thursday, we pick back up with some rain. It's going to be chilly, Trailblazers, so make sure you bundle up. Now let's head back to the studio to hear more about Trailblazer athletics from Zoe Hansen.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Does your heart ever want to escape? Just to see what your eyes are looking at? The land of anticipation is calling. Rise to it.
It's that time for baseball and softball season. The Utah Tech men's baseball team completed the first 4-game series of the season against University of Portland. After falling short in the first 3 games on Friday and Saturday, the team came back with an 11-1 win. This was a special day for men's baseball, but especially for senior outfielder Tyson Fisher. Fisher hit 2 home runs and holds the title as Utah Tech's career home run leader with a total of 33. Along with the homers, Fisher got the first runs on the board with an RBI in the first inning and also drove in 5 runs. Up next for the Trailblazers, they will take on Wichita State in another 4-game series at the Bruce Hurst Field. Although, due to unexpected weather delays, the games have been postponed until further notice. Look forward to this weekend. After being on the road for the last 2 tournaments in Hawaii and San Diego, the Utah Tech softball team will be back at home at the Carl Brooks Field competing against St. Louis University and in-state rival Weber State University. Finishing strong on the course, the Utah Tech women's golf team took 3rd at its home tournament, Cafe Zupa's Trailblazer Invitational. The team took 3rd overall after the strong wind cut the tournament short of its last round. The weather was not in the Trailblazers' favor as they were in 2nd place until the unexpected rain, wind, hail, and snow took them back down to 3rd. This was the first tournament that the team has hosted since the transition to Division I, and not only did the team come out with a strong top 5 team score, the Trailblazers had 3 finishers in the top 10 of the individual leaderboard. Coming up, the Trailblazers will take its next shot at the Southern Utah Pizza Hut Lady Thunderbird Invitational on March 9th. The energy on the court pays off. Amber Karchner, a redshirt freshman on the Utah Tech women's basketball team, makes her presence known on the court through her balance of calmness and high energy. Karchner was named WAC Player of the Week recently. Teammate Avery Papa explained Amber as an athlete as the most energetic player. You know the Energizer Bunny? That's Amber 110%. She has this organized chaos with her game. I don't know if that sounds like an insult. It is not. She is very carefree, but also very controlled and skilled. It's just cool. As a young player, assistant head coach Matt Thune said she is not afraid to be vocal and bring the energy the team needs. She can do a lot of things on the offensive and defensive end for us. She's one kid that we know when we get in a rut or we need a little bit of energy, she's going to come out there and be kind of mean about it and get mad about it and bring some fire to us and get going. Karchner has a big impact on the team and her teammates with all of the relationships she makes with them. The team has a strong, close bond, and Karchner does well with keeping things light and jokes around with all of her team. You can watch Karchner and her teammates compete for the last time at home this season against Grand Canyon University Tuesday at 7 p.m. at the Burns Arena. Thank you, Zoe. What do you think about all of those crazy weather delays with the golf tournament and the baseball?
I was Very surprised. I thought St. George was this desert paradise.
I know.
But I'm making the most. I'm taking in all the cold because I know it'll get real hot real soon.
Oh yeah, for sure. With the golf tournament, I was really surprised because I feel like we don't have weather delays like that very often.
Did you guys hear about the baseball team cutting their game short today? It's kind of crazy due to more weather. It's been snowing like crazy.
I know. Crazy and unexpected.
No, definitely. I'm not a fan. It can stay up north.
Soon we'll get the heat we're expecting.
Oh, I hope so.
And that's it for this week's edition of Sun News at Noon.
Thanks for tuning in, Trailblazers. We'll see you here next week, same time, same place.
Have a great week, Trailblazers.